0842, authorizing the Board of Parks and Recreation Commissioners or their designee to purchase land from EMP3 Racing and recognizing an emergency. Planning Zoning Committee recommends to pass.
Councilman Ford.
Thank you, Mayor. Planning Zoning Economic Development Committee has reviewed this ordinance, recommends to pass.
Thank you, Councilman Ford. Is there any further discussion? Councilwoman Circo.
Mayor, this was the ordinance that I talked about in business session. This morning when I got up, my phone was already ringing with neighborhoods, people that were excited about the prospect of finally getting a park on the east side of Kansas City. Even before my time, there had been the prospect of finally getting a city-owned park in the east side of the 5th District. There have been 4 properties that have been identified as potential park property, and Parks has waited for an opportunity to purchase one of them. Obviously, the racetrack that is being purchased today had tempted my understanding before I was even on the council to be purchased, but there could never be a negotiated price that worked out. Since then, that particular property had been bought by someone else and then someone else with the continued use as it is today. There was another attempt to negotiate that did not work out because of pricing differences, and we went on to a different piece of property that, again, did not work out to a final purchase. Several months ago, Parks Department called me and said that the owners of the property had reached out to them and would like to have a conversation about the sale of their property. So that is the last I heard of that until a few weeks ago when Parks again reached out to me and said that they thought that they had a deal and would be coming to the council soon after it went through the Parks Board. It has passed through the Parks Board and now sits in our lap for a purchase. So it has gone through a committee hearing and now here before us today. So the purchase has gone through a process, and the clarification, because it has been misstated publicly where the money is coming from. The money is coming from park contributions that are in lieu of park land from developers. So that process goes as developers build new buildings, new neighborhoods. They pay a fee to the Parks Department for park needs for that particular area, not to be thrown into the general fund of the park, but to promote parks in that particular area that they are developing. That fund has been sitting for at least since the late 70s, early 80s, collecting dollars and earning interest along the way, waiting for the day to purchase a park in the east side of the 5th District. Because today there does not exist a city park, and the only other use for those dollars is to spend it on improvements of a park. So there was one use for these dollars and one use only, and that was for the eventual purchase of a park in the area where these developments have occurred. So that is what we're voting on today. And there was some accusations that this was rushed through. It's been through a Parks Department, it's been through a committee hearing, and now here for us to get today. And it is unfortunate that there is a use today that has a great following, that enjoy what they do. My own family has used the racetrack itself. I've been down there, been to races, but I cannot tell a private business when, where, or how to sell, and it was a priority of the Little Blue Valley to purchase a park for that community. So here we are today, and I appreciate, and I know that the community of the Little Blue Valley would appreciate the support of this park purchase.
Thank you, Councilwoman Circo. I want to make sure that I understand one aspect of this, and that is that the owner of the property offered to sell it, and it was purchased on that basis. Is that correct?
That's correct.
It was not condemned by the city?
It is not condemned. Correct.
It was not condemned by the city?
It is not condemned.